Hey there, Salem fanatics. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a gorgeous day to dive deep into the juicy, scandalous, and absolutely chaotic world of Days of Our Lives. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about a storyline that has the entire fandom buzzing right now. We have a lot to unpack today, so let's get right into it. Let's be real for a second. The situation surrounding baby Kelsey, Alex Kyriakis, and the incredibly suspicious Joy has been driving us all absolutely up the wall. If you have been watching the show recently, you know that Alex has completely transformed his entire life around this baby. But what if everything he believes right now is a total fabricated lie? What if Stephanie Johnson is the one who finally cracks this case wide open, exposes Joy for the manipulative liar she is, and completely blows up Alex's world? A lot of fans think Alex is just going to blindly accept this custody situation, but I actually think we are gearing up for one of the most devastating paternity reveals in recent Salem history. And let me tell you, it is going to be an emotional roller coaster. We have always had this nagging feeling in the back of our minds that baby Kelsey is not actually Alex's biological child. It just feels too convenient, doesn't it? Joy shows up out of nowhere, completely upends his life, and suddenly he is playing house. But here is the kicker. Stephanie is currently heavily involved in investigating this massive custody case. Stephanie is not just some random bystander. She is the daughter of Steve, Patch Johnson, and Dr. Kayla Brady. She literally has investigative ISA instincts running through her veins on one side, and total access to Salem University Hospital on the other. That is a lethal combination for anyone trying to pull a fast one in this town. I strongly believe that Stephanie is going to start noticing the little inconsistencies in Joy's story. Joy is arrogant, and arrogant people make mistakes. Stephanie is going to dig deep. She is going to realize that the timeline doesn't add up, or maybe she catches Joy having a hushed, panicked phone call with Jeremy. That is going to be the catalyst. Stephanie will not just sit back and watch Alex get taken for a ride. Even though they have had their complicated history, she still cares about him. She knows he has a good heart underneath all that Kyriakis bravado. So, what does she do? She goes rogue. Can you believe it? Stephanie is absolutely going to secure undeniable, irrefutable proof by running a secret DNA test. And honestly, it would be so easy for her to pull this off. Her mother is the chief of staff at the hospital. Stephanie knows her way around those corridors. She could easily snag a pacifier from baby Kelsey, grab a coffee cup that Alex drank from, and march right down to a trusted, independent lab tech, someone who isn't on Jeremy's payroll. Boom. The truth is right there in black and white. Joy has somehow faked the original results, and Stephanie is holding the smoking gun. Now, let's talk about how Joy actually pulled this off, because we all know no one in Salem can fake a DNA test without an inside connection. This is where Jeremy comes into play. Jeremy is the one who brought Joy to town in the first place. He is shady, he is resourceful, and he has a serious agenda. It makes perfect sense that Jeremy used his connections to orchestrate this massive fraud. He likely found a corrupt lab technician at the hospital and slipped them a hefty bribe to swap the samples or alter the digital record. And you won't believe how common this is in Salem. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane because Days of Our Lives has a rich, hilarious history of terrible hospital security. Remember when Gabi Hernandez completely manipulated the paternity test for Abigail's baby to make it look like Stefan was the father instead of Chad? Or how about the legendary Sammy Brady drama years ago, when she didn't know if Lucas or EJ was the father of her twins, and the results were constantly in jeopardy? Faking a DNA test at Salem University Hospital is practically a rite of passage for villains at this point. The hospital staff has a long, documented history of looking the other way for a quick buck. Jeremy knew this. He exploited the system, and he helped Joy trap Alex. That's crazy! But the real tragedy here isn't just the mechanics of the lie. It is the immense psychological damage this is going to inflict on Alex Kyriakis. I think this move by the writers, if they go this route, is both brilliant and incredibly cruel. Alex has had a really tough journey trying to figure out who he is. For the longest time, he thought he was Victor Kyriakis' secret son. He rearranged his entire identity, his ego, and his family dynamics around that massive revelation, only to have it ripped away when he found out he was Justin's son all along. He was left feeling empty, adrift, and completely unsure of his place in the world. Then, along comes baby Kelsey. This little girl became his anchor. You can see it in every scene he shares with her. He looks at that baby with such pure, unadulterated love. He finally found something that wasn't about money or Titan corporate takeovers or his messy romantic entanglement. He found unconditional love. He stepped up to the plate, ready to be the father he always wanted to be. So imagine the sheer devastation when Stephanie walks into the Kyriakis mansion, holding that manila envelope. Picture the scene. Alex is sitting on the couch, gently rocking Kelsey to sleep, finally feeling a sense of peace. Joy is hovering nearby, acting smug and playing the role of the devoted mother. Suddenly, the front door bursts open, and Stephanie marches in. She doesn't even hesitate. She looks Alex dead in the eye, her voice trembling with a mix of fury and heartbreak, and she drops the bomb. "She's not yours, Alex. Joy lied to you. Jeremy helped her fake the test." Alex's reaction is going to be gut-wrenching. At first, he is going to be in total denial. He will yell at Stephanie, accuse her of being jealous, accuse her of trying to ruin his happiness. He will clutch that baby tighter, refusing to look at the paper. But then, he will look at Joy, and he will see the panic in her eyes. The facade will crumble. Joy will start stammering, trying to make excuses, trying to blame Jeremy or say she did it because she wanted a better life for Kelsey. And in that exact moment, Alex's entire world will shatter into a million pieces. It will absolutely break his heart. The grief he is going to experience will be on par with losing a loved one to death. Because to him, he is losing his daughter. The child he bonded with, the child he made promises to in the middle of the night, is going to be taken away from him. It is a profound, traumatic loss. I honestly fear for his mental state after this revelation. Will he spiral back into his old destructive playboy ways? Will he push Justin and Maggie away? Or will this trauma finally force him to mature and realize that family isn't just about blood? I passionately hate what Joy has done here. I think she is one of the most toxic, manipulative characters to hit Salem in a long time. A lot of fans think she is just a desperate mother trying to survive, but I actually think she is a cold, calculating opportunist. She saw Alex, a wealthy, vulnerable man desperate for connection, and she used an innocent baby as a pawn to secure a meal ticket. It is disgusting. She didn't care about Alex's feelings, and she certainly didn't care about the psychological damage this would do to Kelsey as she grew up. I want to see Joy face serious consequences for this. I want Justin Kyriakis to unleash his full legal wrath upon her and Jeremy. I want them run out of town. And let's talk about Stephanie's role in the aftermath. By being the one to expose this truth, Stephanie is putting herself in a very complicated position. She is the bearer of the worst news of Alex's life. Sometimes, people shoot the messenger. Alex might resent her for a while. He might blame her for destroying his happy illusion, even though he knows deep down she did the right thing. But ultimately, this could be the very thing that bonds them together forever. Stephanie proving that she is willing to do the hard work, to dig through the dirt to protect him, shows a level of loyalty that Alex desperately needs. We also have to consider the ripple effects this will have across the rest of the canvas. Justin is going to be furious that his son was manipulated this way. Maggie, who has always tried to see the best in people, is going to be heartbroken for Alex. The Kyriakis mansion is going to turn into a war zone, as they scramble to figure out what legal rights Alex might have, if any. Could Alex fight for custody even if he isn't the biological father? In the state of Illinois, and certainly in the fictional legal landscape of Salem, there is a precedent for non-biological parents fighting for rights if they have established a significant bond with the child. That could be an incredible, emotional courtroom battle. Imagine Belle Black or Justin representing Alex, arguing that biology doesn't make a father, love does. That would be daytime television gold. But going back to Jeremy, his involvement in this is so perfectly sinister. Jeremy has always operated in the gray areas of morality. By orchestrating this fake DNA test, he has proven that he is willing to destroy lives for his own amusement or financial gain. I predict that once Stephanie drops the hammer on Joy, Jeremy is going to try to skip town. But he won't get far. Steve Johnson, once he hears what Jeremy helped do to his daughter's friend, will likely hunt him down. You do not mess with people in Patch's orbit and get away with it. This entire storyline has so much potential. It has the classic soap opera tropes, the fake paternity, the secret investigation, the dramatic reveal, and the heartbreaking fallout. But it also has deep, character-driven, emotional stakes. Alex is a character who has grown on me tremendously. Yes, he used to be annoying, but seeing him vulnerable has made him human. Having his heart broken by Joy's deception is a necessary crucible for his character. It will strip away the last remnants of his superficiality and leave him raw, real, and ready for a genuine, mature storyline. As for Stephanie, this is exactly the kind of material she needs. She's been stuck in romantic limbo for too long. Letting her flex her investigative muscles, letting her be the hero of the story, gives her agency. She isn't just waiting around for a man to choose her. She is actively shaping the narrative and protecting the people she cares about. It is a fantastic evolution for her character, proving she's truly her parents' daughter. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe Stephanie is going to be the one to uncover the truth about baby Kelsey? Do you think Jeremy is the mastermind behind the fake DNA test? And most importantly, how do you think Alex is going to survive this massive heartbreak? Let me know all your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and I can't wait to debate this with you all. Until next time, stay safe, and keep watching the Hourglass.